I guess about 12 years. We're still under the North Alabama office, which is Huntsville. It's my main office. So they've been in existence for, oh gosh, I guess about 35, 40 years now. So been around a long time. We are a nonprofit organization, and we're funded just by our membership dollars. So I always like to encourage any groups that I go out and speak with to do business with my members, so that's how I'm able to be here and talk to you. It's just strictly through their support. And also by doing business with them, you know you're dealing with a company that has agreed to do business by our standards, which is to treat you the right way, to be honest and ethical in their dealings with you. So if you ever go into a business and you see our plate, we actually don't, like I said, I've been here for 11 years and I'm kind of the old set that it's hard for me to change things. And we don't call them members anymore. As of last year, we called them accredited businesses. And we did that because we wanted you as a consumer to know it's not just an organization that they paid some money to and join, no matter how they treat you, that they actually have been checked out and they are accredited and do have all their licenses. They have everything they're supposed to have before we would take them as an accredited business. So now what you're going to see is a certificate that says accredited business, tells you how long they've been in business, how long they've been a part of us. So if you ever go into a store somewhere and you see that, be sure and thank them for supporting us so that we can be out here and help the community, because our biggest mission is actually, we are the biggest information center, the largest information center out there that you can find out things about a business. Because really there's no other, you can find out they're Dun and Bradstreet about their financial status, but as far as how they're going to treat you as a customer, there's really nobody else to go ask or talk to about it. And we learn from that through you know, how you've been treated. If there's someone out there that's not doing what they should do, then we find out about it. And so that way, when you call to check out a company, you know, if you call somebody and they've got 15 complaints against them and they're unanswered complaints, now to have a complaint's not a bad thing because everybody's going to be dissatisfied from time to time. But if you have a business that once we let them know there's been a complaint lodged against them and they just ignore us, and doesn't mean they're always going to do what you want them to do, but they at least want to work something out with you to try to make you happy because they want you as a repeat customer. But if they just totally ignore it, then you know if you have a problem with them, if I tell you they got 15 unanswered complaints, that means if you have a problem, guess what, yours is probably going to go unanswered too. So you want to deal with somebody that responds to any problems that they might have. And we are not the law. I get a lot of people saying, won't you go close down so and so, or can't you go arrest them? We're not the law, can't do that. But what we do is work with the businesses and the consumers to try to help them come together and work out their problems if there's any way that we can, and to make them aware of it. A lot of times they don't even know you're upset with them because we'll have people call and they haven't even went and talked to the owner or the manager. So we're just there to kind of be a go-between and help them work it out. But one of the other things we do as an information center is, like I'm doing today, come talk to you about scams and different things that's going on. I do the local TV station, and I did that this morning, and I do that once a month. And then we have I don't know if you saw it or not in Sunday's paper, but we put out a supplement quarterly. And we'll list a lot of the scams that's going on at that particular time and write a story up about them and to get that out in front of you. If you ever watch Channel 31 News or Channel 19, we do a lot of spots from Huntsville. You see the little short black-headed lady, that's my boss. And she goes on there and we keep something going in tips. And of course, a lot of times we have to get our members again to sponsor those, so we're able to go on and talk to you about different things. And what they have even gone up there and answered the phones as people called in with problems and on TV, you know. Fortunately, I haven't had to go do that, but they do that up there. I have a local number, but my number is forwarded to Huntsville during the day if you need the question, because I'm not in my office very much. I'm either doing this, or I'm out trying to get new members or trying to keep the members I've got so that we can still be here. So that's why there's always somebody in that Huntsville office, and they can talk to you. And if you're wanting to check out a company or you know have a problem, then they can deal with it right then when you call. So that's why that local number is forwarded up there. And if you need to talk to me directly, then they'll usually get you back to me, you know, somehow. Just to talk to you about some of the scams. Of course, you know, somebody asked me the other day, were they slowing down any? I said no, you know, and they never will, because As long as somebody responds to them, and there's somebody out there responding to them, they're gonna keep doing it because they're making money. And there's just that many unscrupulous people in this world. But one thing I brought you some of our consumer guides. This has got tips all the way through it. It also lists all of the members all the way through North Alabama. And they're under each industry, whatever they do. That's how they'll be listed, just like the Yellow Pages. So I'll leave you that stack, and y'all take one of those home with you and refer back to it. Like I said, there's all types of numbers in there that you might need from time to time. A lot of good information. And we started putting those out every year, so you'll see those in the grocery stores or at your bank or, anywhere I can get somebody to let me leave them, I leave them out. And one thing in there is about the do not call list. How many of you did you sign up on the do not call list?
I did, but it's run out or something because of calling.
Well, it's probably not run out. It's people that can still call you are people that you have done business with, or they're unscrupulous people who are not going to go by that anyway.
I did
Or
for
charities.
a long time. I didn't get any kind of call like that, and it started again.
Yeah, like if you say you've got a credit card with them, they can call you unless you tell them, take my name off your list, don't call me again. If you've done business with them, then they have the right to call you. But all you got to do is tell them if you don't want to receive phone calls, is take my name off your list. Charities can call you. We can't stop that. And all of them are not legit. All of them, the money does not go where they tell you it's going.
Never give money to a telephone solicitor.
In fact, we've got one big scam that's going on right now. It's called the Cancer Fund of America. Have they called? They're out of Tennessee.
They called me at least a half a dozen times.
They are giving a penny on the dollar to a charity.
Oh my God.
They took in 17 million, I think, last year, and gave 50-something thousand to the charities. And then they said, they've approached them about this, and they're still working on a case with them. But they said, well, you're not considering the fact that we gave away like people that would give them merchandise or something, and they would give it, but even they couldn't prove that they'd given that away, and what they had given had nothing to do with cancer or cancer research, and that's what you're being told that you're donating to. So you've got to really keep in mind that they play on the use of names. Somebody, because they've used cancer in this name, you're thinking, American Cancer Society, that it's okay. But so be real, and ask them to send you financials on where their money goes. Because I think it was the CEO, his sons, and son-in-law, their salaries was like 500-something thousand that they were paying themselves for operating costs. We have a charity guide that the Better Business Bureau uses that you can call us and check any of these charities that you're interested in to see where they fall within the guide. We send the information out to them, and they're supposed to respond to us. And things that we ask for is like, where's the money going? How much is spent on the actual fundraising? How much is spent on salaries? How much do you actually give this charity? How do you give it? And that sort of thing. A lot of them, of course, don't fill out those papers. They won't respond to us. But the legitimate ones will. And if they call you and ask for your money, then you have the right to say, send me your financials, and I'll decide if I want to donate to you. Let me know where all the money goes and send me proof of that. And then you'll find out. And some of them that will call you are not charitable organizations. They fall under a different category where you may not be able to count it off on your taxes. And a lot of people have X amount of dollars they want to donate each year because they can count that many dollars off their taxes, and they don't tell you that you cannot count this off unless you ask them. They have to tell you. Is it really a charitable organization that you can count on?
You go to the United Way or Red Cross, something is a real charity.
A local, that's what I say, if what I like to do is keep my money locally anyway, whether you're buying or whatever. But that way you take it over there. If you want to give to the police, Lord, don't give to the state troop things that cause you to because our people get none of that money. The ones that live here, in fact, the state troopers nationwide get very little of it. But, if you want to say that money's given to our policemen that you want to help buy their something, go over there and give it to them. Give it to the sheriff or give it to
Where does it go?
chief of police. It's also a fundraising, people that are sitting there from California calling.
They're making
The
a
one
living
that's making the
on call.
telephone calls.
They call you and make you think they're here. They'll try to find a local name like the sheriff's name or the chief of police name.
And they always sound really smooth and like they just.
And they make you think they're sitting right here and that they're working just for them and called you and they don't even know they're calling most of the time.